вражеский снайпер. Капитан пехоту, связки с стрелковым вооружением. Прием. Механик, эта штука разваливается.
Hey guys, my name is TheRussianBadger, and White Pass again, but the trick is, it's Rush, it's not Conquest. And the reason that I didn't go Arm B right here is because I thought there's going to be oodles and oodles of gentlemen just all lurking around this objective, such as this MLG Pro. I crouch walk and I crouch everywhere. And there's two more chatty Cassies in the stairwell. Get this guy, get me over sandwich with a leapfrog. Oh man. That was the greatest leapfrog that I've ever seen. I think we all know that I'm a scrub Carl at this game, but I can leapfrog like nobody's business. I get one more guy, and what do you know? I'm not surprised. Trickster lurking in the corner in which everybody lurks. And the other thing is, you can tell by his rank. His rank is similar to a lot of his teammates. They're not all 50. It's not like this stacked, like super elite team, but they were actually all very good players. And all the dog tags that I got, or all the sandwiches that I got, were made of gold in this game. And I don't know how buckshot doesn't kill you from that range. That's like less than 10 meters, but... And this guy, sitting in the corner as well, I was like, you know what, I'm going to wait till he reloads. He's probably reloading right now. I decided to rush him, but then I thought, you know what, he's probably lurking somewhere else by now. I try to get him with C4, and boom, I get a hit marker, but I call in Wesley Snipes. That was the longest grenade ever. How long was that fuse? It's like the whole military knowledge type thing. Like an 8-second fuse only lasts 23 seconds. I don't know how that works. Because clearly a grenade should only last about 3 seconds tops in terms of the fuse. And I don't know how that lasted that long. But you know what? Trickster sitting in the corner, please. Give me those damage right in your goggles. Oh man. And I knew he was going to be there. I knew he was going to be there. Because there are players on White Pass that stay in that same corner the entire game. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I go for the bank shot at that little blue box, but I really didn't even get a hit marker off that. So I'm going to get one guy turning his back with a scrub Polly Pocket Sega, and my buckshot hit the MCOM. Just awful. But then again, doing that whole finger yoga maneuver, trying to arm and shoot a shotgun at the same time, pretty difficult. And so I go up top here, and this has this, it's got this little cubby hole that you can see, and this guy, please get some better aim and eat your marshmallows, buddy. Eat your marshmallows with that M93R. And I don't know how I didn't get any kind of hit marker or anything through here. Maybe my buckshot just hit on the outer rings of the circle. Sometimes it doesn't always hit right in the center, but I get one more guy. And that guy that guy did not hit me because he's using body armor. He didn't kill me because he's using body armor. And they were such catfish. It's like, you know what, guys? Just use magnum ammo. Please, just use magnum ammo. Makes everything so much better. And I will explain later some of the other catfish specializations that they were combining with certain weapons. But I thought I hit this guy here. I thought I hit him. I don't know if that's blood or dirt, but I thought I hit him. But he's running body armor. He gets away untouched. And we arm the objective, but I know it's going to get defused. And basically, these guys had a real knack for that. I think that really sets apart difficult teams from fairly easy teams. And like whenever you're constantly getting your objective defused, that makes the whole mission a lot more difficult. And although I got him right in the face, he's got the scrub Sega Polly Pocket shotgun that he got me with. And that's such a childish weapon. Why don't you just be a real man and pick up a pump action that takes actual skill to aim? And okay, right here, and they should also rename the USAS-12 the USUC-12, because no one should ever use that gun ever. Like an automatic shotgun, just the concept is awful. And I was waiting here because I knew they were all lurking. I'm gonna wait until somebody gives away their position. Okay, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. And I see the RPG go. I know they're all lurking at the generators. They're all having a gab fest. A bunch of chatty Cathy's over here. I get one. I get the second one in. Give me all so much lurking behind the generators. There we go. And I arm the objective. And this is yet another case of, yes, gold dog tag as well. I think I got only gold dog tags in this game. And that guy's lurking up there, but you know what? You're still using body armor, bro chacho, so you're not going to kill me the first try. But if you nub-tub me, way to go. And I don't know why he's using body armor. I mean, it's like characteristic of all max-level players to use magnum ammo. But look at this. Squad mates that are near the objective that actually defended. First time ever. And this is why I loved playing this game. And one more lurking in the spawn. Come on, Carl. Come on, Carl. Eat your marshmallows, buddy. There we go. And It's mind-boggling to even have squad mates that are thinking the way that you're thinking. I was not even talking to these people because I was actually on a conference call with some other members of my clan in this specific game. I literally had a set of earbuds and... What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing, Carl? And that guy's a max rank, too. I believe I nemesis him later on. But during this game, I was in a conference call on Skype with a few other clan members of mine. So I had, like, earbuds inside of my ears, and then my headphones on top of that. So I really couldn't even have sound in this game, which is a little odd. And on that same topic, nobody in this team was a bush monster. I never killed a single bush monster in this game, which is a little odd. And a viewer of mine sent me a message, and he described bush monsters this way, as in they never defuse. Hey, da hat jemand die M-Cam scharf gemacht. Sollen wir sie entschärfen? Na, wir sind Bushmonster, wir müssen das nicht machen. Which basically means, no, we're not going to defuse because we're bush monsters. And that's wonderful. I was just waiting for that guy. I just poked his head up, just peekaboo right in his face, but that's very true. Lufa... No, I'm not going to try to pronounce the name. The name's just awful. But that was the difference between this team and other teams. I mean, it's much more difficult to conquer a team that defuses, period. And there are even a lot of experienced players that don't defuse. But this guy, going to get him in the face. That's the body armor catfish, but he's going to come back later. Okay, I know this catfish is around the corner. Because I heard him yell as soon as I killed his buddy, so I'm going to come around here and MOG Pro, I crouch walk everywhere, dog. And then this guy, he's using explosive weapon damage with his Thompson. He's using an RPG as a main weapon, and I bait him in, reel him in, boom, right in your face, catfish. There you go. And don't you guys hate that? I mean, I can avoid the guy with body armor, but I cannot avoid his nub tub. There you go. Cyberwire 2000, or should I say Cyberwire 2000? And is it just me, or is every gun in this game 2000? NS 2000, Pepe 2000, like it's like every single gun is 2000 for some reason, and that is very, very annoying. I was about to say, there was a guy that was running around. He's using the Thompson. You'll probably see him throughout this gameplay. He's using the Thompson, but he's basically using the RPG as a primary weapon with explosive weapon damage upgrade and extra rockets. So it's like, really, buddy? And I'll explain that later, but I put C4 on this wall here, and that's so much better because if anybody throws a grenade at the objective, it's not going to blow up your C4 because it's behind the wall, but I can still kill people. There you go. They defuse, so I got him. And I'm using the marshmallow gun. I'm not really going to hit him from that range, but I know they're all lurking in that building. I thought about going around, but I thought it would be a little bit of a better decision just to put C4 on the objective after I put out more ammo. And are you ready? I'm gonna throw some C4 down. I don't know how I didn't get a kill, but I'm very impressed the way that my other teammates defended this objective once they were armed. I was very impressed. And herzlichen Glückwunsch. Congratulations, you killed me. Look at that. Why are you using an RPG with explosive weapon damage and explosive upgrade on a map that has 0 vehicles? That is literally the definition of a slimy catfish. I don't care if you kill me with an AN-94 nowadays or an M60 nowadays, because those are now balanced in my opinion. Using basically anti-vehicle weapons with anti-vehicle specializations against infantry, kind of stupid. Not as bad as a Gustav, but I'm just going to be a bush monster and just trying to be a bush here for a couple seconds because I knew a guy was around me, and boom, there you go. Actually, I do that from time to time in many different situations because I think, you know what? People don't look in bushes. They just don't. I mean, I run by bushes all the time. See, I'm running by bushes right now. And if somebody was hiding in one, he could easily kill me. I would call him a catfish and try to ridicule him, but that doesn't mean that I would still stay alive. He would still kill me. And I think people really underestimate the ability to be a bush monster, even in assault clothing. I don't know if many people do that if they're not bush monsters in bush monster suits, but that guy saved me. I don't know how I got a hit marker from that range. And you know what, guys? Use slugs. Just use slugs. And enjoy your marshmallows, bro. I don't know how I got a headshot. Just random headshots with that thing, despite the fact that a headshot basically does half a damage point. And enjoy your marshmallows as well, but I think I'm taking a little bit of damage, and I can't get around the scrub Polly Pocket Sega. Why shoot one shot and then reload when you can just fire 12 shots and then reload, right? And I let that guy go by because I know there's going to be other chatty Cathys with him, so I get I don't know how that's a hit marker. I get that, Chatty Cat. There's one more left. Where are you? Where are you, bro? There you are. There you are. Right there. And that's Jano J. That's the level 50. That's the level 50 trickster that was lurking in the corner on that first set of objectives. And we're gonna move in from here. But still, I wanted to go on the right side because I thought they're just gonna have the left flank locked down with that explosive RPG guy. And if I try to move up from a building, they're probably gonna hit me in there. And so I decided to rush B right here. And you'll notice I do this in every single building that I can now. I literally check every angle because I know there's always Chatty Cathy's lurking here, always tricksters lurking up here. So I would check every angle. As you saw there, I checked the best angle that I could in the doorway. So I throw C4 down. I would not always recommend that because if a grenade or an RPG comes in, you're going to commit suicide and look like a total Carl because you blew yourself up with your own explosive. But I thought I was fairly confident that I could get it armed. Do you guys like how I armed that with my ankles? Yeah, pretty MLG pro, right? I don't even have to use my hands. I'll just use my magical moon boots. And I'm just going to wait. And I usually have my reticule right in this doorway because in barns specifically, they love to run that back doorway for some reason. One guy comes in, headshot, second guy comes in, and although he tries to be some kind of Batman type villain, I get him through the darkness. Isn't that pretty cool? And herzlichen Glückwunsch! Sehr gut. Look at that. I'm at a loss for words right now because I don't know how many times I've died by the same guy using an RPG with explosive weapon damage, and that splash rate is fairly ridiculous. It's not as bad as the Gustav, but anybody who's played against players like that gentleman right there knows how annoying it is. At least with an Avacon, you killed me with bullets, okay? And it started to look a little bit grim at the end because they were really being just... They were having a huge gap fest behind B, and I knew it was going to be difficult, but one gentleman on my friends list, whose name is Dax1, he's a pretty experienced player. I believe I played against him in a few clan battles. He joined, he was using the Grand, and there you go. That trickster hiding in the corner, first set of objective, Nemesis pin. That's what you deserve. And so Dax1 joined, he definitely made an impact, and I thought it was interesting how Dax made such an impact with only the M1 Garand. You're going to see him beside me in just a few seconds here, but... And later on, I do steal his plant, but I get partially damaged by that guy's grenade, and then I get finished off by his M1A1. I think that's the first time that he's ever gotten a kill with a gun ever. Maybe. But even the grenades are annoying whenever you have explosive weapon damage. Oh, my phone's going off. I don't respond to text messages. You should know that by now, mother. And there's Dax1 beside me, and I don't know if you can really see it, because in the games after this, he's pretty beastly with the Garand, if you ask me. And we were basically hurling grenades at this point because I knew they were all just sitting there. So I decided to rush, and I'm going to get this... Eat it, catfish. That's the explosive... No, yeah, that is the explosive weapon damage guy. That stupid catfish. So I arm it. I'm coming away, and... Actually, this is right here. This is why sometimes it's better to be stationary whenever you're defusing an objective. See, first time I had to do a double take, and he ends up defusing, but I get him. And so sometimes, if you've got a little cover to the side of you or something, it sometimes is even better just to arm it or disarm it stationary instead of doing this little duck squaggle maneuver. I don't know what he's doing, but I get killed there, so I have to arm it. Okay, that's the second arm. I go in for the third arm here once they defuse it there. I missed there, but then this is awful. Okay, I get Rambo revived right here, and then I shoot the guy that's already dead. Like, that's just lame, and then I miss him. But thanks for the Rambo revive. That's wonderful. Thanks a lot. That is great. And so I'm rushing all the way back up here, and I know this is basically the last push, and that's basically my rule of thumb. I know rule of thumb was like you're allowed to beat your wife with a stick no wider than your thumb in the whatever century. I know that might sound derogatory, but I'm not trying to push that onto you right now. Really, what I'm trying to emphasize is that my rule is that about 19 tickets, and that's when they say to you, like, we're falling apart, we need to push farther, we need to push harder. 17 tickets is basically a last push for us, basically. And I know I totally steal Dax's his plant right here. I know he was killing that guy as I rushed in. I jumped, like... The joke's on you, because I'm jumping over this Destruction 2.0 building, and I'm going to arm the charge while you're just killing somebody else and defending me, but... I decided to lurk over here just to see it, and hit marker, enjoy your marshmallows. And I've still got that C4 on there. I don't know how my C4 didn't go off whenever I hit it over there. But I was just going to lurk over there and have a good vantage point of the objective here. 14 tickets left, and this is basically it. If nobody else rushes up, and the other 250s that were on the team quit before that objective exploded. And it was basically around 10 on 10, 11 on 11 the entire game. But a few guys quit from the opposing team, which doesn't make me very upset. I mean, it's their loss. And this is the type of gameplay that I'd love to upload, where hard-fought battle, arm lots of objectives, I get an average KD, that's literally average, and wonderful. I will see you guys next time. Auf Wiedersehen und bis bald, and don't be a catfish.